Hey everyone, it's me. I'm back, Erin, your $5 Fashionista team leader, and I wanted to talk about all the different ways you can sell paparazzi. Um, I know I talk a lot about selling online because I have had a lot of great success selling on Facebook, doing Facebook parties, and I've kind of transitioned to doing more online sales than just hand-to-hand, face-to-face sales. I still do my open houses on a regular basis, which everyone should be doing. But I know a lot of consultants are just starting out and they are trying to get the word out that they do paparazzi and advertise themselves and help build their business locally around them. And so I just wanted to throw out a few ideas of ways you could do that. Here are the different places that in the past I have looked into selling paparazzi at or actually have sold there. So I'm just going to go down the list, and you can maybe get a piece of paper and pencil, and you can jot some things down that you want to try out. But I'm just going to start listing them off, and I have them written down, so excuse me if I don't completely eye contact. I'm going to read my list. Okay, so one thing you can think about is at a hair salon or a beauty salon or a place that they do nails. A lot of times you can go in and talk to the owners and see if during the summertime or whenever there's really great weather, you could set up a table outside of their salon, especially if it's a salon that takes walk-ins, because that's a great advertisement for them as well, because people will see you set up and they'll come and want to see what that's all about and eventually maybe come inside and get their service done there. So that's a really fun one, because especially if you're doing a salon where there's hair being done, people might want to come out and accessorize with hair clips and headbands. If they're getting their nails done, they want to come out, maybe get little cute toe rings with the Starlight Shimmer stuff, or get rings or anything to show off their manicure. And women love jewelry anyway, so all the customers that go to beauty salons for the most part are going to be women. So that is a great target audience to hit. So salons are great, and especially if you do really great doing a sidewalk sale outside, the owners might see how successful you are selling outside, and you can offer to have them sign up as a consultant and sell their product in their salon. Or you can just bring product to their salon and sell out of their salon as well. So that's a good one to hit up. So make sure you contact all of your beauty hair salons that are in your area. Farmers markets. Farmers markets I really like because the cost to set up and sell at a farmers market is usually relatively inexpensive. I know here locally we have a few farmers market and they range in price, but for the most part they're about $25 to set up a booth or table, and that's really cheap. So check out your farmers market. Some of them have specific rules on who can and can't sell at farmers market. I know one year we had our one of our local farmers market decided to just do like homegrown products or handmade items. So we couldn't go into the farmers market that year, but then they changed it back because that shut off a lot of vendors. So they opened it back up. So call your farmers markets in your area and find out what the rules are, booth space fees, all those things. And those are great because, once a week, every Friday or Saturday, you're going to have a really great influx of people to that area and to sell to. Music festivals. If you have a music festival in your area, that's a great one. Always brings large crowds. Country fairs or county fairs are really great too. They're great for advertising. People are always spending money at county fairs. Guys are bringing their girlfriends to the fair, and they're going to want to buy them, something cute if they didn't win them a stuffed animal. So our accessories are great. They're affordable too. So if he spent too much money trying to win that stuffed animal, he's got backup. Craft fairs. There's always craft fairs going on, whether it's in the holiday season, summer season, retirement homes. You can go and set up at a retirement home once a month, especially. You can even take a basket around. A lot of times those people don't get to go out very much. I think they get to, a lot of times they go out shopping like once a month with, their bus, and they go out. And wouldn't it be wonderful if, and usually they're kind of designated to just like a grocery store or something like that. But wouldn't it be great if you could bring a basket of beautiful jewelry and accessories to them that they can pick out and purchase from, especially if they have a limited budget and they're trying to buy birthday presents for their grandkids or their children or their relatives, or maybe a friend that they have in, that assisted living place. What a great idea, right, to offer that to them. Another place, there's all kinds of trading shows and exhibition shows. I mean, you got like your gun shows, your car shows, your bridal shows, home and garden shows. There are so many of those type of trading shows that you could do as well. Those ones are more highly priced for booth spaces, so I'm really careful deciding which ones I will do. Um, Lately, I haven't really done any because the booth fees are like, $350 to $500, and a lot of times it's not the target audience I want to cater to. So you have to just really make sure you kind of cater to those audiences that are going to be mostly women coming in. If it's a children's expo, that would be a good one, because that brings all, their parents to it. And plus, we have the headbands and little girl accessories, so it would be a great one to do as well. Dance recitals is a really good one. Contact all your dance studios. Find out when they have their spring recitals at the end of the year. Ask if you could set up a table. Most people bring their daughters flowers as gifts. Wouldn't it be great to have a table full of jewelry and hair clips and headbands for them to buy, instead? That lasts a lot longer than flowers do. I think that's a really cute idea. Community events, just in your community. I know in my community, we have a few cities around my town, and each one of them, we have like parades every week in June through July. So there's a parade every week. So if I wanted to, I could enter one of the parades and walk around and actually distribute flyers to paparazzi. I could also, they sometimes with the parade, they have a festival. Like we have Dairy Days in our town. The next town over has Eagle Fun Days, and so they do like this huge, they have like these vendor shops that are set up for 2 days, and Dairy Days, they have the same thing. They have a carnival set up in the park, and there's vendors. So find community events like that in your area, and try to get into those. We also have a cherry festival. All the different kinds of festivals in your community that bring a lot of people together. Definitely hit up those and set up booths for those. And it's great because you can just set up that booth that weekend, and maybe take the whole week off and not do as much because you'll make so much in the weekend. School carnivals are another good one. Hit up all the schools, the high schools, the middle schools, elementary schools. A lot of times these are free events. Sometimes their booth spaces are really cheap. It's just like, here's a donation item, or, just a donated like $30 to go towards the school just to get a booth space for that. So those are the ones that are very inexpensive to do. Job fairs are another good one because you could set up a booth space. You could pass out business cards. You can sign people up to possibly start doing this business and make money that way. Scrapbooking retreats, I know those have been big because it's all women, and so that's like a huge audience right there of women. Fashion shows, I know American Girl Dolls, they have a fashion show here locally, and a lot of the distributors in the stores, they get together and they do their own their clothing lines to help kind of boost their sales. And so you could probably go in and you could do all your jewelry. Beauty pageants are another great one. You could sponsor the girls that are going into the beauty pageant. Like you could give them each, like a free piece of jewelry, and then you could set up at their beauty pageants. Something like that. Rodeos are a fun one. We had a rodeo here like 2 years ago. Someone did, and she said it was like 4 days, 5 days. It was 5 days, and it was $200 for doing all 5 days. And she said it was a really great experience. It was really beneficial. She sold a lot of stuff there. So don't count out, rodeos. That's a fun one. Athletic competitions, you got regional, state, basketball, soccer, you name it, any sport you can think of. But the best one to hit up are dance and cheer states or regionals or districts for those, because it's all girls, it's all their moms, their sisters, their aunts, their grandmas. They're all coming to watch those girls perform. So it's all these women. And I do that one every year. It is my biggest and my favorite event to do of the entire year. I will never not do that one. I was a cheerleader in high school, so that's kind of like, it's one of my favorites for sure. For that reason alone, I get to go and sneak in and watch the girls perform. Also like ballet, like in the wintertime, they do Nutcracker, and everybody dresses up their girls and they take them, to go watch the ballet. And you could set up a table there with all, cute blingy jewelry and hair things, and they can dress their daughters up and, give them a present. And it's around Christmas time, so that would be a great one to do as well. Bingo nights. There's a lot of women who set up for bingo nights. They actually use them as the prizes sometimes. Whoever's in charge will just pay like $200 for all this jewelry, and they use those to give away as prizes. Ladies' nights at clubs or restaurants, sometimes those happen, every Thursday night, and that can be a regular thing for you to set up at. So those are just a wide variety of things and you can do around your local areas to get you moving. Sometimes you just need events to get going, get your name out there, book parties, especially if you start off and you don't really have any friends or family local to you. That's how I was. I don't have any family within 5 hours of where I live. So I couldn't just call on family to do home parties when I first started. And one of my friends actually signed up as a paparazzi consultant the same day I did, and we have the same circle of friends. So I knew I didn't want to hit up my friends because I thought she was going to do the same thing. Like she would be hitting up our friends. I don't want to both, be harassing our friends to help us with this company. So I didn't even ask any of my friends for probably a good year before, to do parties. I pretty much did events, sought out events, and found my party leads through events. And that was before we didn't have websites. We didn't have a paparazzi website at the time. So everything was hand to hand, sales pretty much. I didn't do too much on Facebook until like maybe the next year I started doing Facebook parties. And that I found was really great for out of state friends and family to purchase from me. Okay. So advertising, there's so many ways you can advertise. I was just asked, to, pitch in money to the baseball team locally. So they would set up a banner along the fence line for their whole season, which is like 50 games. So if you think 100 people to 200 people to go to those games, times 50, that's a lot of people I'm hitting. And that's not just, that's all the varsity JV girls, boys, all the people that are going to go to those games that are going to see my paparazzi advertisement. So that's a great one to hit up. You could also do, like sports sponsors, you could maybe even sponsor a little league team and you could have your logo put on the back of their shirt. Now those ones are going to cost money. So you're going to have to really judge whether that's business savvy for you to do, if it's going to be beneficial or not beneficial. So just be very careful. I don't say go out there and spend a lot of money just to advertise because that's not what I'm about. I'm all about making money and not spending so much. So, you're going to have to really gauge whether that's going to be beneficial to you. Online classifieds, a lot of times are free. You can on Craigslist, Zillow, any free online newspaper classifieds that you have there. Now remember, we can't offer, we can offer the business opportunity, but we can't, make promises like, oh, you're going to make $1,000 a month for sure. It's because it's not a job. Like they have to work their job. We're not their employer. So you have to just really phrase it correctly. Having your yard sign out in front of your yard at all times so people know that you are paparazzi and that you sell jewelry and it's all $5. That's a great way. We have a visitor. We always have a visitor. She comes in all the time. You waving? Yeah. Business cards. So make sure that you are passing your business cards out. You always have them on hand. I went and got my cell phone upgraded. And I was telling the guy that I needed my phone for my business, and he said, "Oh, what do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I sell jewelry. It's $5." And of course, I was wearing jewelry, and he was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "I think my wife might be interested in that. I'm always spending like way too much money on jewelry." Because when he found out it was $5, he was like, "Really? That's cute jewelry. I spend like $30 at some, craft or fair or something for my wife, and it's some handmade something made by somebody, and who knows if it's nickel mud free or whatever." And so he was like, this is something my wife would like. So he wanted a business card. So I gave him to him, a business card to him. And then also, and that's just telling you yourself are an advertisement, walking advertisement. Like I wear the jewelry every time I get dressed in the morning, I accessorize. So I know that whenever I walk out, I'm going to have some cute jewelry on. And the great thing is it's a great advertisement, not only to demonstrate different looks. I want you guys to kind of maybe step outside what you're used to and wear different things because that really just shows people that they can wear things as well, especially new trends. New trends, are kind of hit and miss with people. In my town, especially here in Idaho, I guess as a state relatively, we're very conservative in what we wear. And I'm kind of stuck in that little, I'm really conservative. I don't like to go out there and wear crazy, weird styles myself or colors. Obviously today I'm wearing basic black, but I blinged it up. So I like bling. I will definitely dress up with bling. But as far as my customers go, there's not very many people who like to really go out there and follow the trends. And so if they see me wearing the trends at a party, they're more likely to say, oh, that's cute. I probably could do that too. So don't be afraid to kind of dig in there and maybe try a trend or two. Maybe not all the time. You don't go too crazy. But, here and there, you might want to maybe once or twice a month, change up your look and show your friends that it's okay that you can wear these other trends and it's not a scary thing. That it's something that's doable for everybody and that they can kind of get out of their comfort zone and do it too. So be thinking about all those things. I hope those give you some ideas of how you can go out there and sell your jewelry and advertise more. And if you have any ideas, post comments down below for others to see, and share those ideas with everybody, because we're all in this business. We're all trying to help each other be successful. And that's why I make these training videos, to help you guys be successful too. So I love you. I hope you guys do great with your paparazzi businesses. And if you have any questions, you know how to reach me.